5, I would make it maybe a 3. 3 mana, maybe this card gets more effective. Because you figure most decks the average card is probably 3 to 4 mana. So if you make it a 3, that means your average pull is going to be a little bit better than the 3. We've seen all these cards. Defender of Argus is another solid arena card. 4 for 3/3. You give adjacent minions +1/+1 and taunt. We've seen lots of these cards already. Oh, alright, so I guess that Cold Light Seer was the last Murloc that we needed. So when you collect all the Murlocs, you get Old Murk-Eye, who's a legendary Murloc. So one more legendary. So, for those of you watching at home, it only took 150 or 60 packs to get all the Murlocs. So if you want a Murloc deck, keep that in mind. Of course, you could always craft Murlocs if you really wanted them. Youthful Brewmaster, there seems to be a bug since the last patch, where the two Brewmasters tend to bug out. We even had a game lockup because of it. Which sucked because it counted as a loss for both me and my opponent. Argent Commander, 6 for 4/3. Really good minion. I would take this in Arena all day long. At least 1, maybe 2. As a 6 drop, you don't necessarily want 2 of them, but the charge in Divine Shield is great. I don't think there is a max for Dust. I sure hope not. That would suck. So I think we already have all the giants, but Mountain Giant costs 1 less for each other card in your hand. Not bad. Probably best with Warlocks, because you can draw 2 cards a turn. But I think the other 2 giants are better. Especially after they nerfed Twilight Drake, which also gains stats. Holy crap. Which also gains stats from cards in your hand. Now with that nerf gone, I think the Mountain Giant's not quite as good. So, good pack here. We got 3 rares, an epic. We got 1 golden rare. Shadow Madness, gain control of an enemy minion with 3 or less attack until end of turn. Pretty cool animation here. I don't think it blows away any of the top 5 or top 4 or so, but pretty decent. I like the glistening eye there. Yeah, if both players die at the same time, like for example, if a Warlock Hellfires, which does 3 damage to everything, including both players, then both players get that count as a loss. Any non-legendary cards I don't have that I'm looking forward to? I don't know what I even have at this point. Wow, 2 Goldens in 1 pack. I don't know what non-legendaries I don't have at this point, obviously. Alright, so 2 Goldens. We actually already have the Golden Silverhand Knight, so... Let's see, Ancient Mage is a new golden card for us. Nothing too fancy here, just a glowing halo. Yeah, the sigils here on his thing are pretty cool, on his shoulders. One of my friends is asking me about the game. So since the patch now, all of your friends, both in throughout Battle.net are on, so you see most of my friends here are playing Warcraft. World of Warcraft. I think they'll do open beta relatively soon. I really do. I'd be surprised if it's... When's BlizzCon start? I can't imagine them going too far into November without open beta. Simply because they want to release the game by the end of the year. So yeah. Acolyte of Pain, 3 for 1/3. Whenever it takes damage, you draw a card. I love that card for my mage deck because you can ping it with your mage ability and guarantee a card. Hey Kaepernick, wait, welcome to the stream. So you saw the crazy pack openings last night where we got so many good cards. Doing pretty good tonight. Got a couple legendaries, quite a few goldens. So, hey Gab, welcome to the stream. I honestly think Blizzard in some ways is kind of already in open beta. They've got the infrastructure in place. I think they're ready to do open beta. I think they're just accelerating the opt-in waves to try to stress the servers and see how it goes. But I think in their minds they're pretty much ready for open beta. Hey Alchemman, I'll add you right now. Yeah, I said something earlier. You must have been away. All right, I sent you the invite. By the way, guys, anybody who gets into the beta, even when it's open beta or retail, feel free as always to add me. Be happy to talk to you, play you sometime. You can ask Snow, Holy Snow, but I've played him quite a bit. Usually I lose because his Divine Shield deck is a real pain in the ass to deal with. I keep trying to find a mage deck that can beat most decks. The last mage deck actually came out pretty decent. One nice thing about doing the stream is that I could go back and look and see my old decks because I couldn't remember what was in the deck. So that's fine. I don't care getting beat by viewers. I'm not I don't claim to be the best Hearthstone player out there. If you watch my videos, you will see I'm definitely not the best Hearthstone player out there. Oh, another legendary. So Team Master Oversparks, a 3 for 2/2. His battle cry, he transforms a minion that can be friendly or enemy into a 5/5 or a 1/1. So situational that I don't think he's that good. I mean, I guess, so let's think about the uses for him. You know, probably the best use is to play him when you only have one minion on the field, especially a 1/1 minion or a 2/2 minion. Because then, worst case scenario, it becomes a 1/1. Best case scenario, it's a 5/5. So on turn 3, you have a 2/2 and a 5/5. You could use him when you have only one enemy minion on the field, but, you know, do you really want to turn an enemy minion into a 5/5? Probably not. True. Yeah, the problem is it's random. So the only way that you get to guarantee you use it on a 6/6 or better is if they only have one minion on the field. Or two minions that are better than 6/6. Yeah, Deathwing it would be really good for, but what are the odds of that? I don't think I've ever seen an opponent play a Deathwing. No, you don't pick the minion, it's random. It's random. Oh, is it? Oh, you pick the minion and they... Oh, okay. You know what, you're right. I've never used it. By the way, we got another legendary in here. 2 legendaries in a row. So you're right, so you do choose the minion. Okay. So you choose the minion, then it picks it randomly. So that makes it a little bit better. Alakir, the Windlord's the Shaman legendary. 8 for 3/5, but it has Wind Fury, Charge, Divine Shield, and Taunt. I think maybe the only card that has as much card text like this, as much abilities, is maybe Tyrion Fordring. Who's got what? Taunt, Divine Shield, and a Death Rattle. But Wind Fury, Charge, Divine Shield, and Taunt. Really great card. I've never used it, but I could see it being really good. And we got a golden SI agent. I didn't even see that. We'll have to go back and look at that card art. Once we get done with the packs, we'll go through and look at the goldens. Is that the 5th legendary already? It might be. So we've already hit 5. Well, that's true if we count the Murloc. If we count old Murkeye. Alright, so maybe it's a legendary every 20-25 packs. That seems to be about where we're landing. I think we've seen Bloodsail Raider like 5 times. I did actually make a Pirate Rogue deck one time that was pretty decent. So many of the Rogue cards are dependent on weapons, and I think that so many of the Pirate cards are dependent on weapons. So I think that really all you can do is make a Raid deck. YOLO Bomber. Alright, so we got another Golden here. Golden Blood Imp, which I love Blood Imp as a card. That's pretty cool. He's got the little green flames here, but he's also got a purple flame that comes into his hand, which, not really sure how that works in the context of the card, but it looks pretty cool. That's a really good animation for a common, I would say. Alright, 30 more decks. 30 more decks, 30 more packs. You think it's a top 5 golden? It might be. We can re-examine our top 5 golden when we go back and look. I think it could be. It's definitely up there. Wow, another golden. And it's a golden rare this time. Savannah High Main. Nothing too crazy here. You know, the one thing about these goldens is sometimes it looks like they kind of just put a heat effect on it, so it makes the whole thing shimmer. But not bad. It's got some moving background, a little bit of waving mane of the lion. Not bad. I haven't seen the golden fire elemental. Jeez, another golden. So many goldens. This one's not animated. Silver Moon Guardian. Holy Snova is probably jealous because it's a golden Paladin card. Well, actually, it's not a Paladin card. It's a golden Divine Shield card, though. Which means it's probably going to be in his deck. Loot Hoarder. Probably second, maybe third best minion draw card in the game, I would say. After Acolyte of Pain and Novice Engineer. Maybe even after Cult Master. It might be fourth. So let's see here. Ancient Watcher. It's a 2 for 4/5, but it can't attack. Which means that really it's only got 2 uses. One is if you give it Taunt. The other is if you silence it. So if you're playing a priest that has a lot of silences, maybe you use it. If you're playing, I don't know, Defender of Argus and Sun Fury Protectors, maybe you play it. But it's a very situational card. I think I don't know, it's never going to see much play. Ancient Allure is a 7 for 5/5, draw 2 cards and restore 5 health. Not a bad card. Basically, the 2 cards is equivalent to Arcane Intellect. So you get a 5/5 minion for 7 mana with a 3 mana ability. Unbound Elemental is actually pretty good. I've never really used it until our arena last night. Then, yeah. If you give him Taunt, does he attack when he is attacked? You know, that's an excellent question. I assume the answer is yes, because it's retaliation damage. It's not considered an attack in terms of Hearthstone language, but I haven't tested it. So somebody mentioned Auctionized Soul Priest now. Your cards and powers that restore health now deal damage instead. It's a 4 for 3/5. Someone said they thought it was useless after the patch. I think it's still a good card. Did they change the health? Was it a 3/6? I can't remember. I think it's still a decent card though. I think you'll see it in a lot of priest decks. Nothing too exciting here. Lots of 1-drop Paladin cards. As you can tell by the yawning, I'm pretty tired tonight. So we'll start the arena up after this 100. I don't know that we'll finish it. I probably will not stream tomorrow night, but I may stream Wednesday. I may stream Thursday, and then after that I'm on vacation for 4 days. Let's see here. Now, nothing really too much we're talking about. Demolisher is a good card. It's a 3 for 1/4. Has a decent ability. It's a form of soft taunt, and at 4 health, it's hard to get rid of. Starting to see a lot of the same cards. We just saw Argent Squire, Dust Devil, and Auctionized Soul Priest. Dust Devil. So Dust Devil, I like Dust Devil. The problem with Dust Devil is that rogues, druids, and mages can all remove it the turn it's played. So the most you get from it is 3 damage, or against a mage, sorry my cat's over here, against a mage you get 0 damage. It's not bad if you put it behind a taunt minion. It's also not bad for playing with that Unbound Elemental, so you boost up the Unbound Elemental stats. I like Dust Devil. I think I would play it in Arena. I don't know that I would play it in a constructed deck. Alright, have a good night, bots. Thanks for watching the stream. So one thing, guys, I'm curious, for those of you who watch the stream pretty regularly, and those especially who watch the YouTube videos, do you think I talk too much? Because I've had some people say that. I think talking and explaining the cards and explaining my thinking is part of what makes the stream good, but if you guys think I should not talk as much, I'd be curious in your feedback. Save my voice some. I definitely get hoarse from streaming occasionally. Let's see. Talked about most of these cards already. Shadow Step, return a friendly minion to your hand, it costs 2 less. This is really for proccing things like Questing Adventurer, where you get more stats when you play cards, or Edwin Van Cleef, because you can pop a minion back into your hand and replay it for free. I mean, the enjoyment I get from the stream is obviously playing the games, but also talking to all of y'all, so. Alright, well, I'll keep doing it. Cool, alright. I appreciate the feedback, guys. And welcome to the stream, Silent White and Linux. Silent, glad you could watch. Again, always, guys, you can check me out on YouTube at Darhoth and Twitter at Darhoth. I post my stream, when my streams are going to go live on Twitter, so check there for updates. Alright, so Alex Straza. We actually have gotten the same legendary twice tonight. Line X Nick. Alright, Line X Nick. I might just call you Line, it's too many syllables. So we got 2 Alex Strazas. So what this means, I'll just show you guys real quick. If we find Alex Straza in here, eventually, since we have 2 of them, we'll disenchant for 400. So you can see the crafting here. It basically takes 4 legendaries to craft 1 new legendary. So I don't know if the Alex Straza Golden is animated yet. I bet all the legendaries are animated. I know, although when we crafted the Golden Deathwing, I don't think it was animated at the time. I could be wrong. 8 to craft 1 Golden Legendary. So you're trying to craft a Golden Tyrion, Snow? Would a Golden Jiraxix make your character portrait golden? It's a good question. I think so. One interesting thing, so some people have said that if you reach max level, so if you have a now level 60 mage, then your hero's portrait is golden. I think someone said that was not true, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was true or Blizzard added it at some point. How much gold did I have after the wipe? Just over 48,000 gold. I bought a little bit of, I bought some packs to get to the 500, but I had 48,000 gold. Rare. Rare. So this is actually the second golden ancient mage we've gotten tonight. Yeah, 48,000 gold. Don't do the math on how much money that is. It's a lot. It's more than I like to think about. I've probably spent more money on this game in beta than probably 10 people are going to in retail. Alright, so wow, a golden legendary. Check it out. a golden legendary, 2 goldens in the same pack. So, golden Prophet Velen. Prophet Velen is really good. In fact, Prophet Velen just got buffed this last patch. It's a 7/7/7. It doubles the damage and healing of your spells and hero power. And it's priest only. So, for example, the priest, which hero power does 2 heal for 2 health. If you drop this, now it does 4 heal for 2 mana. If you have Auctionized Soul Priest out, it does 4 damage for 2 mana. So, yeah. The animation on it's pretty cool as well. The buff is it used to just double the damage and healing of your spells. Now it does that. Also affects your hero powers. We also got a Rothi Weaponsmith. Pretty decent animation for a common card. I have to say for a legendary, this should be a little better. Although it's pretty cool these little epaulets and stuff on his robe are individually animated. That's pretty cool. I'll go through all the Goldens in 8 packs. Someone asked the question, oh, is there going to be another wipe at open beta? No. They've said they're not going to do any more wipes. I don't know that I like that, but that's what they've said. Shield Slam, deal 1 damage to a minion for each armor you have. This is an okay card. It's decent removal. I would actually prefer to see it be 2 or 3 mana and let you do damage to the hero. I think that would be a nice warrior buff. Although, with the last patch, I'm not sure warriors need any more buffs from what I've been told. Battle Rage is the single best draw power card in the game now. Sorry, no keys. Blizzard's actually stopped giving out keys. Or giving out keys for contests. The only keys come from opt-ins now. I have car keys. I have keys to the castle. Keys to success. No beta keys. My cat is being unusually 300 packs. Well, I had 500. So we're now down to 300. I started at 500 packs. If you check out my YouTube channel, you can see the first 100 that we've already opened. And this second 100 will be up on YouTube probably tomorrow night. Basically probably doing 100 a night for a while. Yeah, I've got almost 300, almost 300 videos on YouTube now. Which is pretty crazy considering I've only been YouTubing for a little more than a month. Golden Epic! Wow, another Golden Epic. Alright, so this is pretty cool. I kind of like this animation. It comes through him here in the middle. The Faceless Manipulator. That's pretty cool. Yeah, today is a golden day. I spent something... I probably spent about $500... Well, total between $500 and $700. And about 200 of that was donations from people on the stream. But I spent probably about 400 to 500 of my own money. Which is really scary when I think about it. And most of that, honestly, is arenas. I mean, I bought some packs. Maybe half arena, half packs. That's why I kept some gold for arena. Once I go through these 500 packs, though, I will not be buying packs. Wow, 2 epics in 1 pull. That's not bad. Molten Giant, 1 less for each damage your hero is taken. So basically, by the time you get to 10 health, this card becomes free. South Sea Captain, really only going to see that in a pirate deck. Oh, so now we completed another quest. We got all of the pirate cards, so now we get the Captain's Parrot ×2. Battle Cry, put a random pirate from your deck into your hand. I think the Rogue Pirate deck is fun, but it's not... You're not going to see it be like a dominant meta. You haven't seen any of the theme decks really be the dominant meta yet, or a good meta. Murlocs are okay, Pirates are okay. Beasts are probably the best of those. I like Arena, I really do. Commanding Shout for 2 mana. Your minions can't be reduced below 1 health this turn. And they added this. They buffed this last time. Now you also draw a card, which is a warrior buff. This is a really good card. So you use it for all your like frothing berserkers and whatnot. And then you whirlwind, you do wild pyromancer, and you buff them up really high and they don't die. Alright, so that is our last pack and last card for this 100. We have 300 packs left. They will wait for another time. We must be patient. Alright, so let's go and look at... I wonder if you can... Man, alright. You should... So, unless someone tells me otherwise, I don't think there's any way for you to see all the golden cards that you have. There used to be, but now there's not. If you play... Well, there was a button before the patch. There was an ability that just showed golden cards, but now there's not. So the average Hearthstone game in the testing that Blizzard did was 9 minutes long. I think in my experience, the average that's about right is probably about 10 minutes. So if you're playing constantly, let's say you play 5 games an hour. So in 4 hours, you play 20 games. And so if you win 3 games, you get 10 gold. So out of 20 games, let's say you go 50-50, you win 10 games. So you're going to get 100 gold in 4 hours. And it's 150 for an arena. So I just tried searching gold and that didn't work. Or golden. Yeah, the problem with you going to crafting mode though, Aquaman, is you still can't see just your goldens. I just want to see my golden cards. Not all golden cards. Alright, so we'll take a look. We'll go through each of the golden cards here. Let you guys take a look at it. One thing that's cool is you can see the artist names over here, which I think is a really cool thing of Blizzard to do. So as we go through this, guys, we'll get a top... Let's do top 3 animated cards, we think. I think Druid of the Claw is probably number 1 so far. We'll put Force of Nature number 2. They're going to get bumped, I think, though. Savannah Highmane. Well, that's pretty cool. If you click the little thing here, it lights up. Pretty nifty. So Mana Worm from last night. This one actually looks pretty cool. It's kind of pulling in all the mana towards it. You see the little pink streams here. Not bad. So this one I put as one of my favorites. I think for me this is number 1. So Mirror, and I'll show you why, because you see here, I'm pointing out like you guys can see me point. You see here this guy, he comes out and he just fades away. Which I think is really pretty cool. And it's one of those things you wouldn't even know it if you didn't watch the card for a little while. What's the text for Defias Ringleader? That is pretty funny. He stole the deed to town years ago, so technically the town is his. He just calls people scrub to be mean. Alright, so I think Mirror Entity's number 1. Mana Worm number 2. Spellbender's pretty cool. I mean, there's not... It's kind of got the whole keep thing going on again, but it's pretty neat looking. What do you guys think? Mirror Entity? Think Spellbender's better than Mana Worm? Probably so. I like Ethereal Arcanist as well. Ethereal Arcanist is pretty cool because it's like pulling in the power from the secret. So that's pretty neat. I like animations. I like them to look good, but I like them to have a tie-in with the card. That's why I think mirror image is so good. Sword of Justice is pretty cool. Got the radiating sword. Nothing too crazy going on here, though. I do like Avenging Wrath, I have to say. That one might be number 2. I think I'd put that one number 2 after Mirror Entity. Just because, I mean, it's flaming angel wings. What can you say about that? How is that not cool? Circle of Healing. It's radiating circles of healing. Nothing too exciting there. Kind of disappointing, actually. It's alright. I think Shadow Madness is pretty cool. The eye is really what makes it good. Alright, so I'm just going to skip Prophet Velen because I don't think anybody wants to see that. I was waiting for Snow to react because I know he wants to see Prophet Velen. Alright, so here's Prophet Velen, our golden legendary. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Not much to say about it. I mean, he's got his little epaulets here that are shimmering. Pretty cool triangle sigil in the background. It's nice. I think I'd put it... I just like Mirror Entity because of how it fits into the card. From a pure artwork standpoint, this one's probably better. I do like Shadow Step. I think Shadow Step for a common is really cool. Because the effect is cool and it fits into the card with the whole Shadow Step nature. I think Shadow Step is probably the best common one we've seen. Betrayal is very lackluster. It's basically just mist. But here's SI Agent. We didn't actually look at this one, or I didn't talk about it because we had a legendary at the time. Not bad. Basically just a wind animation where he's coming in. Pretty decent. Fork Lightning's pretty cool. But here's another contender for best card. I think this looks pretty sweet. I'd put Mirror Entity, Prophet Velen, and Feral Spirit as my top 3. I think those are pretty cool. I like the Feral Spirit a lot. It also doesn't hurt that it's a really good card. And you get the benefit of you'll have 2 wolves on the board who themselves are actually golden as well. So actually, I like the Blood Imp as well. I like the Blood Imp because it's a good card. He's got the sort of standard green Fury. And then he pulls the power in here. Not bad. Yeah, Void Terror. Some people really like the animation here on Void Terror. I think it's okay. I mean, it's just dripping. They did change the artwork. His eye does blink, or his eyes. I didn't even notice that. He's got multiple eyes. They all blink. That's kind of cool. I really like Shadow Flame. I don't think it rises to the top 3. I don't think it's as good as Blood Imp is your favorite. I like Blood Imp a lot. I like Shadow Flame because how well it fits into the card. So you destroy a friendly minion and deal its damage. So basically half of him is on fire, that's getting destroyed, and the other half is dealing damage. I think it's pretty cool and the artwork looks good. Oh, Siphon Soul is another contender. I forgot about Siphon Soul. Again, for the same reasons. I think the artwork is pretty cool, but it's like grabbing his head and pulling out his soul. I think that's pretty cool. I think Siphon Soul would definitely be top 10, maybe top 5. Rothy Weaponsmith, nothing too crazy here. Shimmering Sword and some fire. Yeah, I like the Siphon Soul too. I really am a fan of it. Oregon Infiltrator, this one's not animated yet. Knife Juggler we saw earlier tonight. 3 spinning knives. This one's not bad. I think it needs a little bit more than just the spinning knives, and I think the knives actually need to be juggled as opposed to just floating. Mana Wraith is decent. You know, it's sucking in all the mana into his hand, making minions cost more. I get the idea. Not bad. Again, it's got the shimmering heat thing, so. So this one's not animated yet with the Thrallmar. Ancient Mage we saw. Not bad for a rare. He's got the sigils going here. He's got some angelic thing going on in the back. Don't quite get that, but... Dread Corsair we saw last night. He's got the heat shimmer going on a bit, and he's just, like, storming the beaches of... What did we figure out last night? Not Orgrimmar, Kalimdor? Storming the... I guess you could storm the beach of Stormwind, right? Stormwind's got water on it. He could be storming Stormwind. Probably storming Booty Bay is the most likely place. Silvermoon Guardian's not animated yet. So Abomination was one that was the top, I think 2 or 3 last night. I think it's pretty cool. I think it just looks cool. You've got the flies flying around, the dripping ooze. I think it's a pretty neat animated card. Probably maybe top 5 total now. I do like Faceless Manipulator. You just notice he's got like suckers on here, so he's like an octopus of sorts. It's kind of strange. Guess it makes sense because he has to claw onto his target and copy them. Azure Drake. I think last night I said he was, you know, spewing flames of azureness. I don't know what this is, but it's not fire, it's Azurdom. Faceless Manipulator does not transform back when silenced. So, the way silence works is, the easiest way to think about silence is it removes all card text effects as well as any buffs. So, once the Faceless Manipulator comes out, he becomes a copy of that minion. And now if that minion has buffs, or that minion has card text, and he's silenced, he'll lose that card text and buffs, but he doesn't revert back to a Faceless Manipulator. Silverhand Knight, not a bad animation here. Not sure I'm sold on the crazy arrow animation. Alright, so that's it. We're now up to 5,000 Arcane Dust, which is enough for 1 Golden Legendary and then some. We crafted a golden Deathwing before the wipe, so... If a Faceless Manipulator returns to your hand after transformed, is it a Manipulator or that card? It comes back to your hand as the card it copied. So if you copy a Void Terror, you will get a Void Terror back into your hand. That's true. You could, if you had an Alarma Bot pull a Faceless Manipulator out, it would stay a 3/3. So, alright. So that is it for the pack opening portion of tonight's stream. Hope you guys